I've been carrying this around for months, and pretending everything is fine is starting to feel stupid. My ex tried to destroy my reputation when I caught her cheating, and the part that still messes with my head is how fast she switched roles. It was like watching someone change masks mid-sentence. It started on a Thursday that wasn't supposed to be anything special. I got home early because a client canceled. I remember I still had my headphones around my neck and a half-finished coffee in my hand. Her tablet was on the couch, screen still on, brightness high enough to light up the room. A chat window was open, the kind of chat where you instantly know you're not supposed to see it. The messages weren't subtle. They had timestamps, emojis, references to places they'd been, comments about clothes she wore around him, stuff that hits harder because it's mundane. I scrolled a little, not because I wanted more pain, but because the context was already there. The tone was familiar in a way that made my stomach twist. I sat down and stared at the wall. The living room felt smaller. The plants she insisted on buying looked fake. The framed photos on the shelf felt like props. I remember hearing a car outside and thinking it was hers, even though she wasn't due home for another hour. When she finally walked in, everything looked normal. She tossed her keys into the bowl, kicked off her shoes, and complained about traffic. I watched her move around the kitchen like nothing was happening. She opened the fridge, grabbed a yogurt, asked me if I wanted dinner later. I said sure. My voice sounded like it belonged to someone else. During dinner, she talked about a coworker who microwaves fish in the office. She laughed at her own story. I watched her mouth move and wondered how many times she'd told him the same thing. I waited until she finished washing her plate. Then I told her I'd seen her messages. She didn't drop anything. She didn't gasp. She didn't even blink. She leaned against the counter and stared at me like she was evaluating a stranger. Then she said, "If you tell anyone, they'll think you're being dramatic." The confidence in her voice was unreal. She talked about her family, her friends, her support system. She said people trusted her. She said I'd look unstable if I tried to make a scene. She said it like she was giving me advice, like she was doing me a favor. That same night, she started her campaign. I heard her in the bedroom, whispering on the phone. She told her best friend I'd been acting weird. She texted her mom saying I seemed emotionally distant. She messaged a mutual friend hinting that I'd been off for weeks. By the next morning, I had 3 messages asking if I was okay. One of them even offered to talk if I needed support.